there, fishing buddies. I'm going to be taking the boat out and probably going to be going through Port Canaveral again because of the way the tides are. I was thinking about going through Sebastian Inlet, but it's going to be an outgoing tide by the time I get out there, and that kind of causes some problems sometimes coming through the inlet. So let's get this hooked up and hit the road and get fishing. So the first spot we're going to fish is not a whole lot of structure or life, but we're going to try it out. You never know, it could be one big fish down there. All right, we've got my first fish on. Took about 3 minutes to kind of get set up in the right spot. Feels on the smaller side. It is a lane snapper. They only have to be 8 inches to keep. He's probably 11, but we're not going to keep him at 11. We have player number 2. Different head pulls than a lane snapper. I mean, if I had to guess, I'd say blue runner. No. Is a small red snapper. Can't keep him even if it was bigger. These all feel pretty small. I am seeing some topwater action going on, so might have to float a live mullet off the back. And another lane snapper. This one feels very small. Never quite understood why it's such a big ocean. They've got to get that close to me. And not another boat around. And another lane snapper. Now you can see this one's got a little bit of barrel trauma, so I've got to use a descending device to release him. Feels like a slightly better one, but still in the red snapper type category with the head shakes. Ooh, that is a big old lane snapper. We shall keep this one. That surprised me. This one's beautiful. I guess he's about 15 inches. Nope, it's 14 inches, but we'll keep in the cooler anyway. Well, the first, but probably not the last grunt of the day. This one feels decent size, not teeny. In like the 12-inch range probably. Kind of guess it's a lane snapper, that's what I've been catching most of. Oh, that's just grunt. Grunt again. Looks like they've moved in. This is not really fighting like a grunt, giving me some head shakes, so I'd be surprised if this was a grunt. And it looks like a lane snapper again. You know what, he's just big enough to keep. Feels like a slightly better one. It hit good.
It is another lane snapper. And another keeper size. Again, probably good solid 13 inches. He's going in the cooler with the other two. Alright, so this right here has been the best bite of the day. Almost shark-like. Oh! Broke me off. You know, I'm gonna guess it was a shark. Nope. Don't know. We'll never know. If I had to guess, this is a grouper. And it is a grouper. And it's a keeper grouper at that. All right. I'm gonna measure him, but I'm gonna guess he's about 23 inches. So that grouper was only 19 inches, so I had to put him back. And it was awful because he was so close. He was really like 19 and a half, and he was fat. I would have sworn that he was going to be about 22, 23 inches. But I think I just wanted him to be. But hopefully, I'll be blessed. I've done this before where I've thrown back a 19 and a half to catch a 22 inch right after. Stay tuned. I got something else on here that's good. Feels very good. I'm gonna have to guess triggerfish. And it is a triggerfish, and it's a big one. Oh, he's beautiful. This is good. Last time I caught a trigger, I actually cooked him in a smoker. And I'm gonna do it again with this one. I'm gonna show you how I did it. All right, this one feels pretty good if it stays on. It's a rod bender. Ooh. Man, it's fighting too. Oh, got shocked. I'm not going to be able to take in a shark with this. I don't have enough. Just a matter of time, but I'll get back to you. So this one's a new species today. It's a blue runner. Kind of running out of live bait, so I might have to use this one for cut bait. Well, we're back in the kitchen. I already filleted up the triggerfish. Once again, fillets are outstanding. I mean, that's just a beautiful, beautiful fillet. And last time I caught a triggerfish, I prepared it a certain way, but I didn't share it on YouTube. I wanted to see how it came out first, because, you know, you never know how it's going to turn out. I don't want to kind of do a YouTube thing and have it disgusting. So what it is, I filleted it, and I pad them dry with some paper towels. And this is just sea salt. It's coarse sea salt. And I'm gonna really coat it on there well. Now this is a dry brine that I'm doing, and it'll make more sense when you see what it looks like when it's done. I usually like fresh fish, meaning I don't usually keep it. I usually eat it the day that I make it, and then I'm covering it with brown sugar. I mean, not just putting a little bit on, I'm putting a lot on. Okay, I'm going to spread that around a little bit. And we're going to turn them over and do the same thing. And what we're going to do, I'm going to wash my hands real quick so I'll come back to you. So we're going to coat the other side too, the same way. And what this is going to do, it's going to suck all the moisture out of these fillets. And these are thick fillets. I mean, you probably saw them in my hand. So I'm going to really put that on. We're going to do the same thing with the brown sugar. A couple more actually. And again, we're going to spread this around all over it. It's going to do two different things. It's going to wick the moisture from it, and it's going to marinate it at the same time. So we're going to get that kind of sweet, salty flavor that we all like, and it's going to change the texture of the fillets and actually make them even more firm than they already are. And triggerfish is not a fatty fish, so it's not something that people would typically smoke. But what I did is I put this in the refrigerator, or I'm going to put this in the refrigerator overnight, and when I come back tomorrow, it's just going to be all liquid in here. All this brown sugar is going to turn to liquid brown sugar, and all the moisture that's in the fish, that kind of fishy taste, fishy smell, which again, triggerfish isn't really known for anyway, it's going to wick it all out. And I'm going to put it in the smoker for just 2 hours, and you're going to love how this is going to come out. So we're going to see you in 24 hours. And with the power of the internet, we're back here 24 hours later. And like promised, the fillets are maybe half the size of what they were before. They really kind of got rid of a lot of that moisture that was inside them. So what we're going to do is we're going to rinse these off, and they almost feel like they're like almost hardened, like almost like they're cooked already. And they got great color to them. So we're going to just wash them off. We're not going to scrub everything off, obviously, but we're going to wash them off, and then we're going to put in paper towels. And then we're going to stick them in the smoker at about 225 degrees. Now, I'd like to put them at a lower temperature, but the smoker I have does not get good smoke below 225. So what we'll do is we'll put it at 225. I said I was going to do it for 2 hours. It's going to be a little shorter than that because I definitely want to get good smoke. But if you have a cold smoker, I'd go with a lower temperature for longer. Let's see how these things came out. The big reveal. Oh yeah, that looks very good. That's the color I was looking for. You could just eat this as is, but I'm going to mix it with some green onion, some jalapeno cream cheese, and a little bit of mayo, and we're going to put some black pepper and some Old Bay seasoning, and we're going to chop it up and mix it together. There's the final product. We're just going to serve it on some club crackers. Now, you know this is going to be the best fish dip ever.